don't know.
10?
Week 10 now? Wow.
It's about that, I think.
Yeah. Which means, because I think we started our weekly updates about 2 weeks into being into Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think we did it the first week, if I remember correctly.
I don't know, maybe. But yeah, it's around week 10.
Wow. And each week we're trying to think of somewhere different. We was originally doing it in the parks by where we live. But because you've all said that you've quite enjoyed the kind of casual feel of us going somewhere and being on that journey whilst we do the updates, we thought, well, we'll keep it in that same format. And today we are off to
Somewhere. One of the lakes. No, Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam. Breakfast, finally. It's my first time of being through a McDonald's drive-through here. And I've got an Egg McMuffin, and Ant's gone for the McGriddle, which I wasn't really sure what that was. Do you know what it is?
I've had it a couple of times, but the last time would have been the second to last time we went to Florida. The third to last time.
Oh wow, that's many years ago.
10
so
years.
We'll see if we like it. It's got our McDonald's. So Ant went for the McGriddle, which is the first. Well, as you said, it's been a good few years since you last had it.
Yeah, maybe 10.
And it came with bacon instead of sausage, which was
Yeah, they advertised with sausage, so I made the assumption that's how it came. But obviously, there's a choice. It was still pretty good.
I could smell the maple.
Yeah.
I decided not to go for that.
It's not better than the classic English breakfast muffin with sausage and egg. Not that I like egg, and I usually take it out. I still order it that way because you're paying for it. They don't reduce the price.
Rather than take it out, he'd rather order it and then take it out himself.
Throw it away. At least then I got what I paid for. Whether I used it is different.
Taking it to Hoover Dam now, and we're approaching a security checkpoint. Made it through the security checkpoint. We're not entirely sure what they're checking when
It's
you
quite a
arrive
secure
here.
checkpoint. So there's a canine unit, an armed unit on the right, and then you have to roll down all of your windows. They look in the car and then ask you, are you carrying firearms? But what I find interesting is what is it they're making secure? Because as far as I know, it's just a dam.
I said they're protecting the dam. Someone might go and try and disrupt the dam.
If someone knows the history or why that is, let us know.
Yeah, we don't know.
A lot of it seems to be under construction because they've taken us off the main road.
And that we should actually say, where we've been to Vegas a lot on holiday, we've never actually visited the dam before. So this is the first time for us, whereas most of the other places we've actually been to before.
Yeah, a lot of the typical things somebody will charge you.
Rock, yeah.
But also we've done, it's not the Hoover Dam, what is it? The river.
Kayaking in Lake Mead, but we've never actually been to the dam before, so this is the first for us.
Right, we're on. We've made it.
Yeah, I've made it.
To me, it's super impressive. So the things I enjoyed at school, maths a little bit, not in the way they taught it, and physics. And I enjoy physics because it's the physical world. I love anything engineering, so when I discovered the Discovery Channel, I could watch anything on engineering. I could watch it for 10 hours a day. So coming here and seeing it is very impressive to me, and it's a bit weird why we haven't come.
That's what I kept saying. The amount of times we've been to Vegas, we've never come to Hoover Dam, even though it's been recommended, and it's really impressive to look at the whole scenery around here.
So when we came up, when you park here, when you pay for parking, it's $10. The car park's actually elevated to the dam. So I'm saying, should we go out to the edge of the car park? And Celine's going, no, we'll go on there. You've got views from there. No, I want to view the actual dam
I didn't realise
rather than be on it because you can't see it once you're there. So actually, if you come here, people will say don't pay for parking because you can park elsewhere. Actually, it's probably worth it just for the views.
Yeah.
And I'll put in some pan shots. And the other thing with engineering is you haven't just got the dam. You've got a bridge that overlooks the dam, and then a Porsche 911 GT3 as well.
which is not part of
super
it might not be here when you're
It's
here.
my ultimate dream car. I absolutely adore Porsches. We've owned one, and a very quick story. When we went to buy our 911, this was pre the GT3s shooting up in price. and we could have got a GT3 for £20,000 more than we bought our 911. I said to Selena at the time, give it a couple of years, they'll come down in price, and that'll be worth it for us then. 2 years later, they had gone to £105,000. Pounds, and the one that I had was only worth 25 at the time.
We've just walked from the parking lot, and we may have semi-messed up that recording visually.
When she says we, it was me, because I keep cleaning the lens and the filter, and I think the change in air pressure or humidity had caused it to fog up, so we can use the audio, we just won't be able to see us.
Yeah, but we'll get the shots again from up there because it's pretty cool. But we're now we're at the dam actually now, aren't we? They're not doing any tours at the moment because of the pandemic, but people are still free to come and visit the place. And it is very, very impressive. And I keep wondering to myself why I haven't come here before. It's a bit strange. In terms of what's been happening this week for us, this weekend we've both decided to try the knowledge test for the DMV. So both of us are going for our vision and knowledge test at the DMV in a few days. I'm going on Tuesday and you're going on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing no revision. I'm just going to go test. If I fail, I'll learn which ones I need to learn, and then I'll go back and pass it the next time.
Yeah, I'm hoping though to retest you don't have to wait that long, because I booked that appointment in March within a week or so of us getting to the USA, and that's a good few months away. So I would say anyone that's coming to the USA, book your DMV knowledge test as soon as possible, because there is at least a few months, and I think it's getting worse. It's
getting a lot worse. I think did you say it's 3 months for us, and some people waiting 4 or 5 months. Fortunately for us though, we did get the international driving license, so officially, and it's an agreement with the US, we can drive for a year on that international driving license before we need to get our driving license. What it does prevent us doing though is using all of the state benefits and perks that you
so
get
we want
with
the
state
ID. And the ID will be good for travelling around the US, like Ant said, getting some of the discounts that you can get on the strip. So that's the main thing for us really. So hopefully we'll both pass that, and then we can apply for what they call an instructor's permit, which is valid for 1 year, and then we just have to pass the skills test in that time, and then we have our full driving license for the US.
Woohoo, again.
One update we do have is that after a month and a half, how long have we been in the place now? A month?
So we've got our next bill due at the end of this, so yeah, it'll be a month and a half.
And we finally have the gas sorted.
We think, because we still haven't received the bill. The gas guy did turn up though.
So hopefully that's sorted now. So it only took us a good month or so to sort out utilities, plus all the hours that Ant spent on the phone to them. Not the easiest, but we've been told it's the first time that you do it.
Yeah, and I can believe that, because now when we give people our social security number, it actually comes up, whereas before they would put our social security in and not be able to find us. So I think that's probably one of the key
we've been here
parts.
long enough now.
Yeah,
2 months.
So and somebody made a comment unrelated to utilities, but you'll get used to the social security. For me, it's not about getting used to stuff, it's about our understanding of what we've come from in comparison to here. And this is definitely a step backwards. We're just talking about, in the UK, you literally phone up Eon, providing there's no queue on there. Takes you about 10 minutes, you set up an account.
Do it online. You just give your details online.
Sometimes
so
you do have to call.
So when we've moved houses, changing your water provider.
Water's really easy.
That's really easy.
Electricity can be a little bit more difficult,
and
not because of the person, but if you're in a new build home, which we've only... three of the homes that we've owned have been new builds, one is an older. It doesn't always come up, so they have to create a manual entry, which is perfectly understandable.
It's normally something to do with the relation to the address is the issue.
It's never the person. So it's literally just us comparing it. We've gone through, as you said, 6 weeks now of struggle to get utilities, which is shocking for a Western civilized country.
But we are hopeful that's it now, and things will should get better for us. But we're definitely feeling more settled. That's the nice thing when we think of, at the beginning when we were having the updates, there was so much happening every single week, and it's really nice that things are a lot more just normal and relaxed.
Yeah, 90% of the time what I plan to do I can get done now, so it's not taken up with hours and hours and hours
something
trying to
unexpected.
deal with something that we weren't sort of planning our day around. Where that has been a problem. It's been around banking, and we're in the process now, or at least Celine's in the process now, of choosing the next bank account to try. And I've mentioned this in 2 videos, but what we're doing now, anything that's a large purchase, we send money back using TransferWise to the UK, and then we pay from the UK. And you might think, actually, it might be more expensive. No, because the US banks charge you for breathing. So in actual fact, it's cheaper for us to pay TransferWise to transfer the money home, and then we can pay off there. So we get less hassle. If there is an issue with the transaction, it takes 5 minutes to sort with First Direct. And they phone me, sorted, done. So just for our own peace of mind and sanity, I'd rather just pay, wait a day extra, get it sent home, because it takes 1 to 2 days, and then pay from that. That's how bad the US banking is. So we'll cover off some of the more fun stuff that we do now that's been really nice coming here. I would say the main thing for me, after coming off 4 months of not working out for various reasons, including the lockdown, having a home gym has completely changed how I train. It's so good. Even if you don't spend out all of the money that we spent, you just get one of those multi-gyms and a couple of dumbbells. Here, the space that it affords you is so hard to describe how much easier it makes it, because we've had home gyms before, even in our apartment.
Yeah, but you never really feel like working out. It's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. But this, mate, you do kind of want to do it. And even when I'm feeling tired at the end of a day of working, it's just there and it's convenient, and we've got such great quick kit as well. Yeah,
the kit makes you want to work out, so it feels really nice. We're getting in 5 days, or I am anyway, 5 days a week.
Ant's my personal trainer at the moment, so he makes sure he's like, right, when you're working out.
Yeah, and I've tried to take a different approach, so I'm being a little bit more relaxed with it, because otherwise she won't train, she'll go into meltdown.
Because I don't want to hear someone shouting at me whilst I'm working out, oh, you're not doing this. No. But no, it's working. And for me, it's a lot easier having someone else train me rather than me having to think, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And somebody else watch my technique, the weights I'm lifting.
Oh yeah, her squats forever have been shocking. I mean, really bad. No, but that's not true. The squats now they're perfectly acceptable squats. She just needs to work on the depth, but they would qualify as real squats, which means you're squatting.
Squats aren't my thing though. I've got very long limbs and they look funny on me. But they don't look good on me. Some people are made for squatting.
They don't look amazing. They look fine now though.
Exactly.
Whereas before you were not squatting.
Oh no,
she had lots of squat excuses. She'd read every post that gives you all of the excuses. It's this bone, it's that bone, it's my height, it's the colour of my skin. Just untold rubbish. And then all of a sudden we start training, and she could squat.
No, I can't. The truth is, I'm squatting better. I can't squat well. There's no way. You will never convince me.
I'll put some clips in. I've got some somewhere.
You won't convince me. I can deadlift well. I do it badly sometimes, like when you pull with your back. But I know my squats will never look like someone else's who was made for that. That's just...
There you go.
They look awkward.
I'm saying they look fine. She doesn't.
Yeah, they look fine. They're just not good. But they've come a long way with instruction. But I think that's always... Because I was travelling a lot before. It's hard to get good at anything if you're not consistently training and putting in the effort in. And it's consistency. I think with anything, it's just being consistent, and that's something that neither of us could do until we were here, really.
Yeah, I mean, I could work out consistently at home before the lockdown.
Yeah.
I was going 5-6 days a week, and then they locked us off, and yeah. But you're right, actually, it's consistency in absolutely anything, whether it's finance or working out or mental health. It's consistently training yourself.
And the other thing so what's happened, the weather has changed since when we got here. It was very bizarre initially, because it would go from quite cold to really cold for here, not UK cold, let's just be clear on that, but then it would fluctuate anything from mid-20s down to 12 degrees.
Yeah,
it could be that cold, and it was windy.
Very early.
That was early March. Now it's consistently warm every day, anything from the lowest, really low, like mid-20s, I would say. Maybe.
Probably like 28.
And to mid-30s now.
Yeah, at the
or
moment.
to high, nearly up to 40 degrees. But that's consistent, and it's sunny every day. And I've been posting up a bit on Instagram because every now and then I have a look at the weather back home. Oh, I do not miss that. It's grey, dreary, but it's interesting because the weather, everyone's different when it comes to the weather.
I wouldn't say there's a small percentage of people that don't like the sun. I would say the majority of people want the sun, and if they say that they don't, they're just accepting their current reality.
Yeah, although maybe they want the sun but not this hot.
No, and this isn't even, it's going to get up to 45 at some point. For me, it's nice and comfortable. Anything from 28 to 34 is great. I'm using the swimming pool now as well.
Yeah, he has dipped more than one toe in the swimming pool.
No, I swim in it.
No, he does swim.
Every couple of days I get in. Nice cold drink.
The thing with the heat, though, is the garage does get quite hot. And we've got to the point now, and for those who, I think, there's a couple that are moving to Vegas, I think, next month. You're moving in when it will be getting very, very hot. Cars get very hot. You could burn yourself going into your car if you leave it outdoors and you don't put a shade up. So we've started parking the car in the garage.
Yeah, makes a massive difference. When you get in, you can actually touch all of the surfaces. So that's a tip. If you're moving to Vegas, anytime from spring onwards, park your car in the garage. If you haven't got a garage, unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, we're very fortunate in the fact that we've actually got space for the home gym and the car.
And storage.
Which is crazy, yeah.
It's really good. And once our bikes arrive, I think we could even get the bikes in there. Sure, when we're working out, we'd have to move it out of the way a bit, but we could get both bikes in there, the storage, all of my tools, the car, and the home gym. So these are the benefits of moving to the US.
Yeah, I think we need another fan for the home gym though, because it is getting quite warm. And I usually train around 5-ish sometimes, and by that point it's quite stuffy and warm, and if you've driven the car, you get the car's heat in there as well, which is not pleasant.
What do we have to comment?
You know what we have to comment, because we can't go anywhere or walk anywhere without you getting someone's attention as usual.
I get catcalled, only by men though.
Yeah, it's
out of windows. Driving along.
You need to get back in the gym, clearly. He's a spectacle, and it's always a spectacle for everyone.
But even when we used to go clubbing, we used to get asked really weird requests. People would ask Selena weird stuff straight to her face. It's so bizarre. But it's always been like that. I'm just used to it. Oh. Nearly lost the hat. Yeah.
That's why I've caught mine in my...
The wind never seems to let up here. Selena's work colleague assured us it's only about 6 weeks a year. And his daughter actually was like, no, it's not the wind. But it seems to be a lot longer than that, because it's been windy for the last 2 months that we've been here.
Yeah, so we have been told that this isn't normal. This year in particular with the wind is not normal. This is normal for us, because this is all we've ever known.
It is relentless.
But sometimes it's a nice break from the heat. I don't always mind it.
It's like a fan built in.
Yeah. You just might lose some things. We have, I don't know if we mentioned it, we might have, but whilst we've never been to the dam, we have kayaked very close to it before. So we've both been kayaking.
Oh, we did mention it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Which is
That's
a great
lot of fun.
thing. Yeah, it's
one of the best
recommend
things you can do here.
Doing it. Yeah, and then I remember on that tour he explained a lot of the history around the dam, but there are tours here, but not on at the moment. Oh wow. Cool.
I'll pan around and show you the pump station in a moment. I'm guessing it's the pump station.
It is truly, it's a spectacle, but a very different spectacle to when you go to the Strip or Valley of Fire. This is an engineering marvel.
Yeah, although the Strip really is an engineering marvel, just in a very different way. We've finished up our quick tour of the Hoover Dam. It's Hoover Dam, isn't it?
Yeah, we walked up one length and then came back the other, but there's lots of different places you can go here. So you've got the bridge where people will see the view of the dam from, and then there's the other end where you can go.
And when it's open properly, you can actually get into the pump rooms or the engineering room.
Yeah.
You can get into various different buildings. At the moment, most of it's locked off, so you can't even walk down the stairs to go down to where the body of water is.
But yeah, we would both really like to do that, so we'll definitely look into doing that when it's open. One funny thing is, I don't know if it's, I think it's you attract people.
Always.
And I know we mentioned it as we were walking along, but we also attract another couple.
Yeah, this older couple, but the guy was American but had travelled and had lived in England, had lived in Asia, had lived in Australia, And he's like, oh, because I said, where do you stay? He said, oh, we stay in Tampa. I said, we got married just up the road, Clearwater. He said, we're 14 miles from where you got married. Come over.
The lady he's with comes from Virginia, so she was talking to me about visiting Virginia. So it's really funny how we end up having this like full-blown conversation in the middle of the walkway. I think we excited other people as well. They were very interested.
They wanted to join our conversation, but we shooed them. It's our invite only. So he gave me his number, he's phoned me, and told us where they are. So at some point, I'm sure, because I want to go back to Florida, it'll be nice.
They were trying to convince us that we should be living there over here.
Yeah, telling us why it's a better place to live, but Selena won't have any of it due to her hair issues. And to be honest, I'm happy here for now, and why I upset that, because I haven't been super happy with where we've lived ever. So it's the first time that I feel completely comfortable where I am, so I'm alright for now.
Yeah.
We can always visit, it's like a 4-hour flight.
Yeah, and I keep forgetting that we can actually go and visit so many places here. I know we keep saying it, but we've just been needing the first few months here just to settle, get things sorted. But I think now we can start looking forward to visiting places.
Yeah.
So in terms of upcoming videos, we've been getting great feedback from everyone actually on just the variety, and it's interesting because we never know when we put stuff out, because it's quite, I would say it's a lifestyle blog, but it hits many points.
It hits many points. Nothing we do is very specific, and we're never trying to be instructional in the sense of do this to get this outcome. It's more, this is a journey we've been on, this is the journey we are on, and hopefully people can share in some of the tips, mistakes, whatever. So it's really not
we know the best way.
Yeah, we know the best way.
And actually we really do appreciate, so some of you do challenge us on some of our thoughts and ideas, and we really do appreciate it, because we are learning, and your comments and your perspective gives us another view. And it may be different to ours, but that's great, because not everyone's the same. And for me, I think I'm learning a lot now from the feedback from other people as well, so we are learning from you as well. So it's not all just one way, so definitely keep commenting as you've been doing. In terms of upcoming videos from me, I'm going to continue the healthcare series, so there'll be more. So the next one I will actually get into what deductibles, co-pays, etc. mean, but there was a reason why I decided not to go straight into that, and it's because, and I think both me and Ant are very similar, and I think you'll touch on this when you talk about crypto in a moment. Neither of us like just going straight into something, and if we're going to explain something, it's, for me, just talking to you about copay and deductibles and how to pick your healthcare plan isn't really helpful if I don't really explain to you the relevance of it. And also you might have then a perception that, oh, healthcare is so unaffordable here, it's too expensive. In the UK I wasn't paying anything. Well, that's just not true, and I'm trying to give you a diverse perspective on kind of what the healthcare system is here, why you need it, and kind of level set that understand before we get into the detail. But in no way am I saying that the US healthcare system is better. I just like to be quite balanced on the pros and cons of both.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So we probably had a 2-hour discussion over their healthcare stuff, because we both have, I mean, she's an actual person in healthcare with a lot of healthcare experience, so I listen to what Selena has to say, but I have my own opinions which don't always match up with Selena's opinion or experience. So it's good to have those discussions, and we actually had a discussion around some of the points people made about that healthcare one, as we did around the crypto. We spent all morning, so I think you spent 4 hours responding to comments, and then during that period we were talking about crypto, and then later that evening I was trying to get a way to structure it so that people could understand. And the key thing to this is nothing is ever one thing. This isn't crypto, this isn't healthcare, this isn't education. Everything is nuanced, and it's not just nuanced in one direction. It depends on where you're coming from in life, your financial position, your education, where you live in a particular country, not just which country you live in, but where you live. And I think you mentioned north to south, there's often differences in the level of healthcare you get in an NHS.
100%.
Even though there's a minimum standard, somebody might be at that minimum standard and somebody might be 100 points above that. So there's never one way of doing something or one way of understanding, and that's hopefully what we try and get across.
Yeah, and then with the crypto, I had a few messages on Instagram asking for advice on what cryptocurrencies we recommend, and I would say that's a really difficult one. And in that case, there's probably a very good reason why you haven't done a basics of cryptocurrency, because it's a super complex thing to understand in the first place.
To understand the technology, to understand a normal technology stack, the layers to it, all of that stuff requires some level of understanding to begin with. You then mix in what people think of when you're talking about cryptocurrencies, which is effectively gambling at this point, or investing, and to get people to understand all of the facets that build up the picture of why people put in a lot of money or why people attribute money or a value to crypto is very, very difficult. On top of that, and I've mentioned, I think, to 3 people now, our total exposure to crypto, even though it might look like a lot on paper when I'm showing you our crypto investments, I think one of them's 18, the other one's 17, and one of them's probably like 3 or 4. Seems like a lot of money, but it actually represents about 5% of our investment portfolio. So we might be in a different position to you. So not that I would like to lose that money, but we can afford to have that go to zero. Whereas somebody who's putting their life savings in, I don't really want to advise you to do something and then you lose it. I'd feel terrible.
Yeah, and it's a difficult one to explain anyway. So and then we don't want to become an educational channel on what is crypto, because it would be very hard explaining blockchain and then the different types of currencies and how it works.
So windy.
It's very windy, but we still need the feedback either way, so it's really helpful.
It definitely helps me put out the videos and write them. It's not a complaint, it's just trying to explain why sometimes you might feel like it's not really specific instructional. Another reason for that is I hate those things. I hate somebody telling me, right, you do this, you do that. It reminds me of school, and it's what puts me off. You have to take what you can from people, your life experience, and then mold it into something that works for you.
One thing I've noticed other YouTubers do, and it is really useful when you watch them, is give you their use case and their example. As an example, they literally will share their salary, their breakdown, how they spend their money, their taxes. But the problem with that is it's interesting just to see, but it's not necessarily, it doesn't help you because you're not necessarily in the exact same scenario as them, as in their income. Is their income made up from their employment? Does it come from investments? Is their liabilities could be due to where they live? Are they married? Are they single? Do they have children? Health. There's so many things that influence that use case, that what we try to do, rather than just say, well, this is how we do it and this is us, show you examples, and hopefully that is more helpful in that you can take that example and think, okay, well then how do I apply it to me in my situation? Can I take my salary into consideration, where I'm living, the things that are important to me, which is very individual, rather than just saying, well, this is how we live and this is how we do it, because we are definitely not saying that's the way to do things. That's it for today. That is, we believe, update number 10.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed it. Keep watching, keep commenting. The subscriptions keep going up. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. I know there's some of you that have been actually commenting as well and haven't subscribed yet. Why? But also,
we don't know, because sometimes it doesn't allow you to see the subscription.
No, there's that. But then I've loved anyone new that's watching the channel, please do comment, because some of you have already mentioned that you've subbed and you've been commenting, and it's really nice to meet up new people and lots of new people moving.
2 people now that have won the DV, the diversity lottery.
What's the chances?
We kept saying what's the chances, but in actual fact I suppose our channel really is about relocating to the US. So people that have won that are going to stumble across this, so it makes sense. It's just strange. Up until now it's something that you just thought, they put it there, but nobody actually wins the diversity lottery.
And you know what I'm loving now is that I almost feel that we're building a small community of people that are moving to the USA, and I love it. So if you are in that position, do message us, let us know where you're going, when you're coming to the USA. Are you another person that's won the diversity lottery?
There's probably, of all this subscribers, there's probably like 300 diversity lottery.
So somehow we'll have a list of all the people. But yeah, thank you for watching.